Yeah, we're rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, this is about how to process ashes from your fireplace or wood stove to make soap. Ashes come out of the wood stove with lots of junk, and you don't want that. So you need a sieve. I use an archaeological sieve because I've got them. Scoop it up and just sieve it in here. A couple of things to keep in mind when doing this. You'll get a lot of this little junk. So have something to put that in. Another thing, try and wear gloves.
Can you show us the little stuff again?
Little stuff.
Little higher?
Lots of little stuff.
Little higher. Alright.
The little stuff in our case also has like nails and staples, pieces of bone, but most importantly it's got charcoal. Charcoal. You don't want the charcoal in there. Charcoal is bad because it's active, and when you start leaching your lye, it will take part of the hydroxides out of the solution. It will dilute your lye solution. So you want to take as much of the large particles out as you can. Second thing to keep in mind is wear gloves. This stuff is caustic. It'll eat your hands. It might not be all that unwise to wear a mask as well.
But she doesn't do it because she doesn't really care.
I do, but I can't talk with a mask on.
Yeah, good point.
So you do it kind of downwind, so it goes away from you. But you go fast. And you just keep sieving.
And do not wear pajamas, it sticks to it.
Yep, it does. Another thing to keep in mind is that ashes have different qualities. Depending on how they are burned, how complete they are burned, how hot they are burned, you get a different ash. The grey ashes they have more carbons in there, carbonates, so you get a darker lye. The white ashes have less carbonates in, you get more hydroxides, and you get a stronger lye. And we found that the old stove and things like fireplaces and outdoor bonfires, they make grey ash. So you get really nice brown lye, which makes a nice brown soap. But it's a less strong quality, so you've got to evaporate it to get to the right strength. So it takes more energy to get to the same strength as using high quality ashes. High quality ashes, in period were called white ashes. They came from high efficient charcoal stoves, and they would make nice strong lye. So they had both. White ashes were also sold to industries who needed very strong lye, like for instance the dyeing industry. So now I've got half a bucket full of bleach powder. So the next step is to make sure that this is tight. Another reason why you want to wear gloves. So now my half bucket compacted to a third. So you do this a couple of times while you're sieving to make sure it is nice and tight. You want to have it as tight as possible because you want the water to go down slow. The faster it goes down, the less of a reaction you have and the lower amount of hydroxides you're leaching out. So you want it to sit in there, which is also why this is still a closed bucket. I didn't drill the filter hole yet. Normally I use, I can't find my drill bucket at the moment, but normally I would use a bucket that has a hole already. And it's a good scale because if I put in the water too fast and it starts dripping, then I know I'm doing it too fast. And I slow down. So to get back on the black ash and the white ash, or the grey ash and white ash, we changed stoves. We bought a new high efficiency stove a couple of years ago. Since then my ash is much whiter. I actually get occasional white ash, or like the top layer of my ashes are pure white ash. It's also called fly ash, because when you breathe on it, it is so light it'll fly away. So you've got to be careful if you want to harvest it.
No!
Got a whole nail in there. Don't want them.
Why not?
Yeah, don't need the metals. They're fairly inert, it doesn't matter that much, but it's unnecessary.
You got ashes on the camera.
I'm getting ashes everywhere. So another thing, don't do this indoors.
I think she tried that the first time.
No, I didn't.
Did? I thought you did.
Well, anyone who has a wood stove and has cleaned an ash drawer
Knows why.
knows not to do this inside.
And you're spilling a lot.
Oh, yeah, there's an edge there. Make sure got everything.
Can you show us the inside of the bucket again? But hard.
So that was good.
Are you, Mama?
Oh, yes, I will. One moment.
Because I'm already zoomed in.
It's getting tall. It's getting heavy.
Don't make it too heavy, because then you can't pour it into whatever you're leaching it in.
Well, the safe way of doing this leaching, because you're not allowed to put too much water in at a time, is to make sure that the bucket is almost full, because then you can't put more in than a little bit at a time. So I normally go for about an inch under the rim of the bucket, fill that up, it'll slowly go in, and then when I'm getting a little out of breath here.
And another good use for the
And then when
little junk stuff is if you have paths in the woods that are very swampy, you can put it on those.
Yeah, we've been using it to strengthen some of our swampy wood paths. You can also just put it back on the bonfire. It's got a lot of charcoal in, so you can put it in the charcoal. It's not very high quality charcoal, but don't throw it away, it's not necessary. Keep at it. So the one difference between woodash soap and regular lye soap is not that one is made with woodash and one is made with lye. Both are made with lye. But the hard lye soap that you buy in a store is made with a different kind of lye. It's made with a sodium lye made from a sodium source, so it's sodium hydroxide. This is made from a different source. This is potassium hydroxide. The big difference between sodium and potassium is hardness, crystal size. Potassium has a much larger crystallic structure, which means soap is not very hard. Sometimes it keeps shape, but most often when you add some water to it, it just becomes a mush really quick. It's good stuff to make liquid soap with.
You're almost
So,
at 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm almost at, haha, 1 inch. So potassium makes good liquid soap. Bar soap is made with sodium hydroxide. In period that would have been made by burning marine plants, which are sodium based. This is burned from land plants, which are potassium based. And using the sodium lye made from beryllia, you can make a hard bar, like we do now. But our lye is not made by burning plants anymore. Our lye is made chemically. Okay, so I've got about this much. 1 finger comb. It's nice and sturdy. It's heavy.
Of course it is.
Yep, well tamped down. And this is going to make about 2 quarts, 3 quarts, maybe like 2 batches of soap. We'll see how strong it comes out. I don't quite know. There's a lot of grey in here. I was expecting more white. So we'll know when we leach it. And this is day 1 of making soap. Packing the lye. You can close off now, Simon.